This is a story of Marie and Tony. Marie and Tony were married after meeting at 11. Both were children of the 60s and had spent many months in San Francisco. They settled down and bought a small home. And a year later, they were thrilled to find out they were going to have a baby. Little Harriet was born June 6, 1966, at 6:06 a.m. in the morning, and she came out a young. She was a crybaby, cried 24 hours a day, 7 days a week it seemed. Nothing ever settled her. She was a nasty, nasty baby who would pull hair, bite. It was on a daily basis that something happened. Sometimes when they went outside, even the animals would turn and run when they saw her. They couldn't understand it. She was a beautiful baby with black hair and the blackest eyes. And sometimes she could turn on the beauty and get you to do anything for her, but there was something wrong. Even in kindergarten, she was thrown off the bus for obscenities. By third grade, she was known as the terror on the playground. And junior high was even worse. It was just awful. That was when they found out that she was worshiping the devil. They found in the back shed of their home an altar with carcasses and were absolutely devastated. They went to their minister. The minister talked to her, and when she wasn't laughing at him, she was spitting at him. That finally, after years and years of bad behavior, it seemed like Harriet had slowed down and she was coming into age and getting ready to go to college. She was always the smartest in the class, but the most deceitful, and you could never trust what she was doing. So in 1984, off to college she went. While at college, she excelled in all her grades and all her projects, but there was something wrong. She was dressed all in black now, and she just belonged to a Satan club. It just was not right. She married 2 years later, the love of her life, and they actually hoped, her mom and dad and neighbors hoped that she would have a wonderful life and maybe become a good contributing member of society. It was just a surprise when she gave birth on January 6th, 2006, and gave birth to a little boy. This little boy was the sixth grandson of her husband's, and this baby was born at 6:06 in the morning. Everything seemed to be okay, except for this baby, like Harriet, never was quiet. And his father found him one day pulling the heads off crickets and watching them suffocate to death. He was a good man, kind, took care of Harriet, took care of his son, and Harriet seemed to settle down. But one day, Harriet found her son doing things that she had done when she was younger, and she just could not take it anymore. She knew that something was wrong and took her own life that night. That left her husband and her little boy to face the world alone. And as her husband closed the coffin, he smiled, for he was the son of the devil, not Harriet, and he now had his son, and they would rule the earth.